Howdy folks, Ben from Snowy's here today with the Oztent RV1, a classic 1 to 2 person outback touring tent made of canvas. Comes in a long bag like this, about 1.6 meters in length, 40 centimeters this way and about 15 centimeters this way when it's new. I'm going to show you how to set it up today. I'll start by showing you what comes in the bag. Obviously we've got the carry bag here, that's a synthetic bag, it's not the same canvas that the tent's made of. Got our awning poles here, so it comes with 2 uprights and a spreader poles for the front of the awning. A bag of pegs and some guy ropes in there. They're nice quality pegs as well, nice thick durable pegs. An instruction manual and some spare fabrics for repairs, and of course the main portion of the tent, which is all secured with this strap here. I'm going to put this stuff aside. The first thing we do is set up this bit of the tent. So from when it's packed up, the first thing we do is unroll this. This is the floor. And then there's 2 arms that we fold out. Now they're labelled A and B. So the first one we fold out when we're unpacking is B. Obviously it's the last one we fold out or fold in when we're packing up. As this tent is situated at the moment, this is the front of my tent. It's going to be facing this way. So from here I step into the door, into the front of the tent here, and I look for this tab. It's got Oztent written on it. That's what I can use to pull the front of the tent up. So from here the tent's almost set up. I actually need to step inside the tent now and lock the poles into place. So I'm inside the tent here now. I'm still holding the top up here with my left hand. If I let that go, it'll collapse. I need to lock these into place. So I just bend these backwards until they click into the spot there. I do that on both sides. So one last thing we need to do with these poles is grab this tab here and put it around the side pole. That keeps the sidewall in place from flapping around. It also stops this from inverting should it happen to happen. Last thing we need to do is put the pegs in on the outside. That's all 4 pegs in the corners. We do recommend putting the guy ropes out whenever you've got the tent set up. There's 1 on each corner at the rear here, 1 on each corner at the front. Last thing we want to do is set the awning up. We can use the tent without this setup if you like, but if we do set it up, we'll get a sheltered entry to the tent. Now it's only 1.45 meters, the actual tent here, but the awning poles are 1.9, so you can set it up so you've got some standing space. So first thing I do is unroll this. I grab our 3 awning poles and we can set it up. Now let's grab what I need to set the awning up. We've got a couple of pegs here. We've got the guy ropes. Now depending on how we set it up, either we need to tie this to the end of the awning here, or we can tie loops in it to loop over the top of the spigots. I'll talk about that more in a sec. We've got our 3 poles, so our 2 uprights, and then our spreader pole that sits between the 2 like this. Now there are a couple of options with setting up the awning on the RV1. There's actually eyelets in 2 locations, one part way along and one right at the end. So you could tie loops in your guy ropes to go over the top of the spigot and put your poles here and guy rope out from here for a really long awning. What I'm actually going to do is use this center eyelet, and create more of a peaked awning like this. And then in the front here, there is a bit of a stiffener already in this, so that'll stop that front bit from flapping around too much. So first thing I do is attach the guy ropes, and then I put the poles in place. So that's the Oztent RV1 all set up. We can tweak this awning a little bit if we wanted. Like I said, we could move this to the very front here and have a big long awning if we wanted that sloped back to the tent. This peak in the middle gives me standing space inside here. Now Oztent do say that these are 1.9 meter poles. They're a little bit longer in this instance, so I've actually got heaps of standing space under here. If I was to lower this down a little bit, obviously that would then extend this awning out a bit more, give me a bit more space, but I've got room under here for a small table and to sort of get out of the sun. Pack up's almost as easy as setup, just everything in reverse. I'll get started. Now I do need to make sure the awning is rolled up before we pack the tent away. It's much easier to get it all back in the bag if this is secured up against the tent. Now the next thing we need to do is lower the frame down. Now we could pull the pegs out before we do that. I always like to leave the pegs in until the very last minute, just in case wind gets into the tent and moves it. So to lower the tent, we've got to jump inside, undo those Velcro tabs, reverse the poles, and we keep hold of this tab here and it'll lower back down. So now we lower this down evenly. As we go, make sure this fabric at the rear is tucked inside the tent. It's just going to make folding up much easier. Now it's going to take out all the pegs. So I've got all my pegs and poles packed away in the bags here. I'm just going to put them over the other side here so they're easy to reach when I'm ready to put the tent back in the bag. lay the bag out ready, grab my strap, so that's handy, ready to secure it all. And the first thing I want to do is fold side A in to the middle, and then followed by side B. From there we've got this triangular fabric that folds up over the top of the tent like this. We find our strap, tuck it underneath, everything secured together, ready to go back in the bag. That's the RV1 all packed up. It goes back in the bag pretty easily. It's probably the length of the product that makes it a little awkward, but there is plenty of room in this bag still for accessories if you were to add them on. Now you can grab these off our website at snowies.com.au at lowest prices every day with free delivery to just about anywhere in Australia. Thanks for watching. I hope you like the RV1. We'll see you next time.